557 entries were uploaded to the 1 in 360 Talent website, but only 10 have made it to the final. Chris, should we talk about this?
Let's do this!
We are going to take these in turn, one by one, starting off with the fan vote wildcard Emma. That is Emma Sandstrom from Finland. She, of course, has a lot of love from UMK 2017. She was done wrong by some technical errors. Things just didn't come together on the day. We know she can sing, and more importantly, we know she has a following. Winning the fan vote is a very strong indicator of how the internet vote, internet support might go. So she's in a very good position heading into the final.
Yeah, definitely. I think that she's definitely going to be one of the ones to beat. Yeah. She's got a very strong voice. And we know, like, you saw the rehearsal footage from UMK, that she could nail all her positions. So she can do staging. And I just think that she would be one of the easiest ones to work with to find a really good song for Eurovision. And she's definitely had that experience, and she wants it. Like, she really, really wants it. She has documented it on YouTube.
Like, did I just get chosen for San Marino's first wild card? What? My God, I don't know what to say. Just want to thank you all.
I think that she is a very good shot for this one.
Yeah, and as she told us in an interview just moments after she won this wild card, she's going to keep it simple. She doesn't plan to repeat UMK. I don't think the stage in San Marino will be as advanced as a UMK stage anyways, so it's going to force a purity and simplicity, and I think that's good for all the acts, because you're just going to be judging the artist as the artist. We love this girl, and we're wishing her the best. Next up, we have Giovanni Montalbano. He, of course, won the second wild card, receiving around 389,000 votes, as you documented, Chris, on a post on wiwibloggs. What was the official response to that?
Well, 1 in 360's response was, well, we can't help it if people seem to maybe be faking their vote a little bit. When you have, it was 11 times the population of San Marino voted for this one unknown Italian singer. And their response was, well, if you don't like the result, then you can vote in the live shows and put him out that way and have your say. He's not a bad singer, is the thing. He does have a good voice. He's nothing special, though. And, it doesn't quite make sense that he would suddenly have this swell of support in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
It does look suspicious. But they seem happy with the results. So.
And I will say, I like that he seems a bit kooky and witty in his video, which I think he filmed himself at home. There's a bit of personality there. There's a lot of personality. He can sing. And so maybe live, this personality will give him some love or result in some votes. Because I think most of the voters will kind of forget the whole scandal and just judge him on his merit. So if he is like out of this world spectacular, perhaps he has a shot of going deep in the competition, the rules of which we don't really know yet. Next.
I was just going to say, if he had been one of the really terrible ones as well, then I think it would be much more of a scandal. But at least he does have, he has something going for him.
Yeah. Voice saves the day. The third wild card is San Marino's most famous and accomplished rapper, Irol. Is that Irol? Or
I think it's Irol.
Well, he's got personality. He, of course, presented the jury points at Eurovision 2017 for San Marino, so he's already been noticed. He won the local off-brand version of Got Talent, I Talenti dei Castelli. He's funny. He's got a lot of personality.
He's got something that a lot of the other ones don't quite have. Like, he has the energy and he has the charisma. And fair enough, some of them we've only seen them from this one video, but he brings something different. I can imagine he would be able to get up and dance and do this and bring a bit more life. A lot of the ones we've seen from the rest, they're kind of sat there just singing. So again, it's kind of like the Giovanni thing, but multiplied. I do think that Irol definitely has a really good shot as well. I think a lot of people in the Eurovision fan community would want a San Marinese artist to actually represent San Marino. So I think that is a really big bonus for him.
I like that he is an entertainer, not just a singer. I think a lot of people who apply think you have to be a strict singer, you're very serious about your art. But he gets that music and entertainment and a song contest is about a lot more. So he's bringing a kind of 360, view on this, which is great for a 1 in 360 competition. I would like to see him do well because of that, and as you say, because he's San Marinese. I am slightly disappointed there are not more San Marinese artists in here. Like, where is Anita? She should have come through. But what can you do?
I do think that if they'd have added one in the, other 7 finalists, it would have just shown, we know that it's a local competition as well. But I'm just glad that they did at least send one, because they could have been like,
We're going to throw in another German or Austrian. Just kidding. All right. We turn to Camilla North, who comes from the north. She is from Norway, and she moved to the UK when she was 19 to study music in Bath Spa. Yes, Bath Spa University. Gotta tell you, her video is amazing. She's covering Rufus Wainwright's Hallelujah, and it made me say Hallelujah and a Hallelujah. Her voice is awesome. And if you look at her other clips, I forget the name of the song. There's another one online, a collaboration with a featuring
Still
artist.
Alive.
Yeah. That's very modern, very now. She can do it. It's so different from what San Marino has sit in the past. This is not a Ralph Siegel artist who's gonna, pull a song from the past. This is very now and current. I think she's one to watch.
She's got the range, which would mean that, I think the idea that they want for 1 in 360 is you'll work with a lot of songwriters and you'll find the right one for you. And to be able to show, well, I've done this and I can do, Hallelujah, or I can do something a bit more modern and dancey, that's really good, because it does mean, she's experimented, she knows what works for her as well. And that's always good going forward. She's got a very good voice. You've heard so many hundreds of versions of Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen, Rufus Wainwright. It can go on. She's not going to be one that I'm going to always remember, but she has got an amazing vocal. So yeah, I am looking forward to see what she brings in the rest of the competition.
From Bergen to Lisbon, who knows? Via San Marino. All right, next is a friend of wiwibloggs, Judah Gavra. He, of course, competed in Israel's Kadam 2013. I believe he placed 4th behind Moran Mazur, and that was after having to perform first. So maybe if he had gone later in the show, who knows? He is, he's got a lot of support behind him. I think he came was he third? No, he was third in wildcard number 1, finishing just ahead of Sada Vidu. And he's also a part-time model, fitness trainer, instructor. I mean, you can tell from the video where he is shirtless. He, again, I mean this as a compliment, he is a product. He's got the voice, he's got the look, he's developing a brand, and he's got some support from fans, so this could be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he's one that's always sort of been on the Eurovision scene ever since that Kadam in 2013. Like, he's a known factor. And I think he's done theatre as well, I want to say. So, he definitely has a good voice. He's not the best in this bunch in terms of his vocal, but he brings everything else with him. He brings that kind of, he brings a presence. He has a presence on stage. And that's not just when he's shirtless. He can own a stage. I'm kind of thinking that he'll do well, but I can't see him winning it is the thing. I do think that there are just better overall artists, but I'm looking forward to see what they do with him and where he goes and what kind of song he brings, really. If he does do something, a bit theatrical, whether it's very poppy or dancey, something Imri-esque, I could imagine. I don't know.
And moving on to other veterans from national finals, we have Franklin Kalleha and Jessika Muscat, who obviously competes as Jessika with a K when she is in the Malta Eurovision selections. Now look, I did a quick tally just between the most recent Maltese selection and back in 2013. Franklin came 5th in 2017, 3rd in 2016, 5th in 2015, 7th in 2014, and he was a semi-finalist in 2013. And Jessika with a K, with that flame red hair, she was 7th in 2016, 9th in 2015, 8th in 2014, and 8th in 2013. And most importantly, she was a headline act at the Wee Wee Jam in Malta during Junior Eurovision 2016. She's one of our favorites. This is interesting. There are 2 Maltese stars who have competed even against each other for the spotlight in Malta, and here they are brought together. I think it's very interesting. He was second in the first wildcard vote, so there is support for him. She is fantastic. This is going to be really interesting. I can't wait to see this, actually.
Yeah, I think I'm very excited by the fact that they have paired them together, because no country seems to be more dedicated and more excited about Eurovision than Malta, to be honest. And they both want to go to Eurovision so badly. And I definitely think that they will work well together. It will be interesting to see how well they can constantly find songs that work for the two of them, because Franklin's vocal is it's very unique to Franklin.
It's higher than Jessika.
Yeah. And that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's going to be interesting to try and pair their vocals together. But if they come up with something that really does blend well together, I could see this doing really well. Duets, have a history of performing quite well at Eurovision, apart from Coit and Laura recently. But I do think that it's exciting, and I think it's one of the things that has made this final reveal really stand out to me is pairing them together. It's something new and exciting.
Let's do a Jacques Houdek. He can be the soprano and she can be the bass, and that's gonna slay. I would love that. I loved her song Flame. Ooh, all right, moving on. Germany has a contestant in the form of Jennifer Besky. Now, her video only had 453 views, and so it's really interesting. The judges really did drill down and kind of look at everyone, or maybe she just paid the €5 and got heard. Well, the point is that she's here. She covered Bang Bang. The girl has attitude. In this video, she is dancing in front of an abandoned train car or an abandoned SUV or something. I can't tell what it is. Covered in graffiti. She's like showing a little midriff. She's got swagger. There's a lot of digital remastering in this song, so it's hard for me to tell how pure her voice is. But the thing is, she's got skill. You can tell she's got charisma and a little bang bang herself.
She actually uploaded 2 entries. She did another one, which was Rihanna, but again, it didn't have a huge amount of views, so they definitely have drilled down to find her. And I do agree, there's a lot of overproduction on the vocals, so I'm not entirely certain what her raw vocal will be like, and obviously that is important at Eurovision. But she is definitely working that kind of R&B pop kind of sound that she's got going for her. She actually, I think, tried to enter Germany's selection a few years ago, but under a different name. Because if you kind of Google her, that comes up as, I think it's Jennifer Brenning. She didn't do well, and Ella User won that anyway. So,
oh dear.
Yeah, but she's obviously dedicated. She's another one that wants to do Eurovision. If this is the same person 3 years ago and now, 2018, I worry that I would need to hear just a pure vocal, I kind of feel like, to know where I can judge her on the scale of everybody else. At the moment, just based on what we've heard, I would put her quite low down, but she might really surprise us.
It makes me think that some of these that are digitally remastered, maybe people on the Austrian team know them from other shows in Germany and Austria, because how can you compare someone's raw vocals with someone who's auto-tuned? Do you know what I mean? So clearly if the judges put her through, maybe they were like, oh, we've seen her and heard her elsewhere. And there is obviously a large Austrian contingent behind this. One of the hosts / co-founders of 1 in 360 / Eberhard Forscher, who we adore, the juror. In any case, moving on. Zoe's dad. All right. Sarada Blue from Austria. This is one of our favorites. I think in our first 1 in 360 video, I named her as my favorite submission at that point. She is a very, 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 very lovely, lovely girl, sweetheart, woman, forgive me. We have an interview with her on wiwibloggs. She was on The Voice of Germany. She competed in Austria's Facebook Wildcard in 2016. She also, we have this note, was the very first woman to sing the new national anthem of Austria in front of an audience of 20,000 at the Youth Winter Olympics in 2012. She's got great English pronunciation. She cuts across genre. And if you Google Voice of Germany and Sarah Kroll, I think, you'll hear the purity of her voice. She doesn't need autotune. She can sing.
Yeah, I think she's definitely up there with Emma in terms of who would be a favorite right now. I kind of feel it's neck and neck between the two of them. She does have a really, really good pure voice. She can enter these other genres as well. So she's kind of, again, got a lot of the parts of this package. And if she's rocking that blue hair, it's a striking look. And that would stand out at Eurovision as well. No LEDs this year, so you're going to have to stand out other ways. Why not with blue hair? Yeah. I think that she definitely seems like one of the ones where the judges probably would know her. I mean, we know that Zoe is one of the judges, I think, and 2016 was her year. So she probably was aware. And I don't think that would have mattered whether she knew or not, because Sara's good enough no matter what. Yeah. She did very well, I think, on the fan vote as well. And yeah, I think that she's a very strong contender.
It's really interesting. Gosh, when we talk about Emma and Sara, because we've interviewed both of them and we love both of them, and like I love that in this contest they're already familiar names and faces, like Franklin and Jessika as well. This is so exciting. Oh my god!
It's like national final all-stars.
Yeah, that's what's cool about this, actually. I think the kind of finding a Eurovision fan is kind of, they're all Eurovision fans, but it's kind of, that's been pushed to the side, and it's like finding an established artist or an artist on the rise. All right, another Germanic contestant, Sebastian Schmidt. Interestingly, he filmed his video in front of the IKEA Kallax bookshelves. I have them as well in this very room. What I'm saying is he's a man of the people. He is one of us, y'all. Singing at home, sounding great. No auto-tune here. This is an honest video. It's just very honest, and it works. Like, it's a little cheesy, the song selection, but I don't mind. I saw that he's friends with Nathan Trent on Facebook, funny enough. So maybe he's getting some pointers. Yeah, I like that they included Sebastian Schmidt, because he seems like, you know, he's not had the kind of, I don't know, what's the word? He's not a national final veteran as far as I can tell.
Yeah. He's not a big name. And, you know, they chose him over the likes of people like Dina Na or Carl William Lund and people like these who have done national finals before. I just kind of feel like with him, it's one of those where I feel like there were so many good male vocalists who entered it. It's like, why him? Like, I don't know whether there was something that really stood out. He has got a very, very good voice, but he's probably the one that I find the blandest out of all of them, just because it wasn't an exciting video. There was nothing that made me jump out and go, wow. Maybe live he will really stand out and he will be amazing. I think he has done a talent show, like a very minor local one, maybe in Germany before. I'm not certain. But I just kind of feel like he's there, and he's like the one that stands out the most to me on this list, where I'm like, why him and not somebody else? I'm not saying he should have filled it with national final acts, but he just stands out as one that's like, oh, and here's Sebastian. There's nothing special to me.
He's getting points for sweetness from me. And finally, we have I can't say this. Tinashe Makura. When I first saw this, I thought it was Tanisha, because I'm from Atlanta, and like I knew 3 Tanishas growing up, and they were all females. But Tinashe is actually a guy, and he is so sweet. This music video, he's singing a very happy, maybe folk pop is the right genre song, walking around the city with his ukulele, guitar, going up to strangers, encouraging them to be happy, basically. It's the whole point of his video. It's really, really nice. It's really, really heartwarming. I think if he was the contestant to go to Eurovision, this would be a major media story. I mean, obviously Zimbabwe is in the news right now because of Mugabe, etc., the change of power. But also, just this beautiful story of San Marino searching for an internet contestant and finding it, and a Zimbabwean singer, Southern Africa, then competing in Lisbon. It's just, if this were to win, and I don't know how he is live, it could be really special.
He's released a lot of other songs as well. I mean, if you YouTube him, there is quite a lot there, and he does seem to get quite a few views as well. So maybe he is big-ish in Zimbabwe. I don't really know the Zimbabwean music scene, surprisingly. So, and answers on a postcard if you do. I think that he is very sweet, and there is something very. I like the fact that he's in the final group, because I think it does bring something different. I think. I don't want them to pigeonhole him into, you will only do like world music and you will only do this. I hope that they don't go that route. I think just let him be who he is, a really good singer. Obviously, I think has a really good personality. You can see that in that video. I mean, he's very smiley and happy. Just do something fun, and I think that he could do really, really well. And I'm glad, again, that they did find somebody from outside Europe, because everybody else, I think, is European, and there's no point having a worldwide search if they didn't.
Yeah.
But he's got there on merit. It wasn't like we need one world act, oh, let's choose him. He's genuinely good, and I'm very glad that they have selected him.
I still find it interesting that if we tally up the countries, San Marino won. Zimbabwe won. It does seem a bit strange. I kind of wish there was a San Marino 2, 3. In any case, final thoughts. I'll just say that this is a great list. I think it's a really good mix. We love our girls, Emma and Sara and Judah. Oh, well, Guy Judah. I was sad not to see Domenico Carangella from Italy on this list, and also Hilary Smile, also from Italy. I really liked their videos. I think they were both fantastic. And also, I feel Italy, San Marino, there's a strong connection, obviously linguistically, but also geographically. So I really thought one of them would make it through. But oh well, you can't have all your favorites.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel sorry for a lot of, we do have a lot of national final acts, but I do feel sorry for some of the other ones that didn't make it through. I mean, I think there's Angelica Pushnova as well. Ilva and Linda, once again, didn't make it through a selection. There was always going to be a lot of heartbreak here. There were so many, hundreds of people who submitted. There's a lot of people on Twitter, Eurovision fans who entered. And it does seem like everybody who made it through does seem like a genuine artist. So I kind of feel like, would it have been good to choose a very amateur act? Maybe, but I don't know. I mean, I suppose that Giovanni is kind of an amateur act, so maybe that's where they went with that. But yeah, I feel sorry for people who didn't make it through, but this is a very good list.
Yeah, roll on San Marino. That is what we think. What do you think? Did your favorites make it through in the 1 in 360 selection? Of these 10, who do you think has the best shot at winning? And who do you think who deserves to win? Because those are often quite different. Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
And make sure to like and share this video and tell us all your thoughts in the comment section below as well. And subscribe.
Oh yeah, and hit that bell. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.